Imagine spending millions on reinforcements, bringing in established players, creating massive expectations for the season, and then, suddenly, everything falling apart in the very first rounds. That's right, folks, this is the harsh reality Wrexham are living through. What once seemed like a fairy tale might now be turning into a nightmare. In recent years, Wrexham have experienced a meteoric rise. They climbed from the obscurity of English football's lower leagues to the global spotlight. The project led by owners Ryan Reynolds and McElhenney became a benchmark in marketing, management, and sports investment. Each season, the supporters packed out the racecourse ground, believing the impossible was becoming reality. Promotion to the Championship was seen as the next chapter of this success story. The aim wasn't just to survive in the division, but to prove the club could compete at a high level against historic sides such as Leeds, Leicester, and Sunderland. To make that happen, the board did not hold back. Millions were spent on reinforcements, and the standout signing was Conor Coady. We're talking about a player with Premier League experience, who has also worn the England shirt. The plan was clear: bring in leadership, quality, and composure at the back. Alongside him, other big names arrived. Players used to the intensity of top leagues, expected to raise the team's standards. As the board themselves stated, the vision was to make Wrexham competitive from their very first Championship campaign. But reality struck early, and hard. The start of the 2025-26 season has been a real trial by fire. Wrexham, who dreamed of a top 10 finish, now sit 21st in the table, hovering dangerously close to the relegation zone. And that 3-1 defeat to QPR was not just another slip-up. It was a brutal wake-up call. Nothing worked on the day, the defence crumbled, the midfield was overrun, and the attack created very little. For many, that match exposed all the cracks that had been papered over. EFL pundit Justin Peach did not hold back in his criticism. He described the performance as very poor and said Wrexham were handed a tactical lesson by QPR. In his view, the problems are not limited to the defence. They are structural. The team lose possession far too easily, leave huge gaps, and look unable to adjust mid-game. The stats back that up. Right now, Wrexham have the worst defensive record in the Championship in advanced metrics. They give away the most clear-cut chances and have the highest expected goals against in the league. In other words, not only are they losing, but they are losing while offering opponents endless opportunities. One particularly worrying point is how this affects the new signings. Conor Coady, brought in to be the leader, came under heavy criticism for his struggles against QPR's pacey attack. The same fans who welcomed him with open arms are now starting to question whether he can truly be the figurehead they were promised. And it's not just Coady. The squad as a whole hasn't clicked. The experienced players are not pulling the team forward, while the younger ones are crumbling under the pressure of such a relentless competition like the Championship. According to reports in the local press, the dressing room atmosphere is tense. Which brings us to the most delicate issue, the future of manager Phil Parkinson. He was the architect of Wrexham's rebuild, present in all the club's recent triumphs, and has earned the fans' respect. But football is ruthless. Behind the scenes, questions about his position are already surfacing. The board know they cannot afford to waste their investment, and if results don't improve quickly, a change on the touchline could become unavoidable. This isn't a new scenario. We've seen clubs like Nottingham Forest and Fulham struggle after promotion, even with expensive signings. The Championship is a merciless league, with a grueling schedule and seasoned opponents. But the difference with Wrexham is the global spotlight. It's not just the local fans, but supporters worldwide following every step of the journey. So here's the big question: can Parkinson steady the ship and turn this crisis around? Or will the board be forced to act quickly to save the season before it's too late? The club's future hangs in the balance, and this saga still promises plenty of twists and turns. So make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and follow every chapter of this story with us. Because one thing's for sure, with Wrexham, there's never a shortage of drama, and this season will be unforgettable, whether for glory or heartbreak.